Ahoy, mateys. Welcome aboard. I think Sue is here and Carol is here. And Carol wants to kind of know what this is all about. Well, Sue could actually explain it perhaps better than I can. But a few weeks ago, we were to the point where on the Wednesday night show and also on the Saturday, two shows on Saturday, uh, we weren't even following the reason to have those shows. Wednesday night is a show where we do word games and we do scratch offs, which is all good and fun. We have a good time. We chat about different things. I mostly talk about how my week went and bull crap like that. And then Saturday is Guess the Channel. That's usually twice on Saturdays, noon, and then again at 7 p.m. or 6 p.m. That's for Guessing the Channel, where I throw up pictures behind me and sometimes a few clues, and you got to guess whose channel you're looking at. But what was happening, Carol, was things were getting out of hand. The jokes were especially getting there was more jokes than anything else. Nobody was concentrating on what we were supposed to be concentrating on. And it got actually rather embarrassing. So I decided, along with I had some suggestions from a couple of followers, including Sue. We decided that on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m., a little bit later for me than normal, but 8 p.m., and we advertised it. And Jim Bertrand, my goodness, wow. Yes, I am well. Thank you for coming aboard. I'm just explaining to Carol, and you might as well know too. This is our chance for an hour just to let loose. Come up, as long as you don't use the Lord's name in vain, bash women, or anything racial, anything goes. You tell a joke. Wait till Nancy Drew gets here. She'll blow your hair away. She still gets one in every once in a while on the normal shows. That's not to say that we can't tell jokes on the normal shows, but we try to reserve the ones that get a little spicy for Tuesday night. So that's how we're running it. Nice and warm in Florida. Weather perfect. Yeah, I would need that. Today we are at, right now, 46. It's been windy, rather chilly, and raining all day long. I hauled scrap. I've had to wear my stocking cap and my hood to keep my ears from getting too darn cold. George Ann, welcome aboard. Indiana Boy is here. New Horizons is here. We're already at 11 people on board, Jim. It goes quick. We got our regular people. Kyle's here. That's Ringo and Czar. Kyle, got to talk to you about Saturday night. I'm going to be doing the Allendale store again on Saturday, and I'm thinking it's time to go to the Embo. I might even have a person to bring with me or meet there. We'll see. Clearmont, Florida, 77. Oh, man, I wish I was there. Nancy Drew. Fantastic. Good to see you. So anyways, Carol, that's the deal. And Jim, Tuesday nights are nights to let it fly. You got a sexual joke, go for it. All the little kitties are in bed, right? One would hope. I kind of had thoughts in my mind a few weeks ago, probably maybe a little more like 2 or 3 months ago. Nate kind of got into a night on a live stream of his where he was talking. Somebody said Sofa King something. And he goes, Sofa King. Sofa King. He was sitting there repeating it. And finally, I'm pretty sure it was Paula. Don't you know what Sofa King stands for? And when he finally caught on, he couldn't even talk. It was hilarious. But yeah, Michelle, welcome aboard. I take it you're done driving for the day. How's the weather down in Ohio? Um, like I say, here it's been raining and rather chilly. Supposed to get a little cooler tonight too. I think it's going to be like 41. My bedroom window is still open. I might be able to get it closed tonight if I feel like it. I don't mind having the cool air, and to not let the rest of the house cool down, I just shut the bedroom door. Normally, the bedroom door is open. I just shut the door and put an extra blanket on, call it good. But I probably am going to have to get that window closed here next couple days, anyways. Sometimes it takes two people, one to push from the outside. It's one of those crankouts, and it can get a little bit iffy when you're trying to get it all the rest of the way in with the crank, and I don't want to break it. So having somebody push on the outside as I crank it to pull it in is helpful. Michelle's getting inebriated. All right, we're party with you. I got to thinking, I don't drink anymore, but I do miss it sometimes. I'm thinking, one of these days, there's got to be a reason to at least have some champagne, maybe New Year's. I don't know. I don't want to get started again. Yeah, it is good sleeping weather. That's true. Michelle, I can't imagine being around you when you in the sauce a little bit. I bet it would be fun. Let your hair down, girl. What was it Kyle said the other night that got me going? Oh, it's about my boots. That was tremendous. And that wasn't even Tuesday night. Can't imagine what he's going to say tonight. But yeah, I'm thinking Saturday night, maybe it's time to go and at least go and enjoy other people doing karaoke. And yeah, it's a nice bar. I like it. Maybe I'll treat myself to a church dinner. That was darn good the last time. But I might venture out and try something else that they've got. I understand their burger is famous. So, King, there's a few videos out there. In fact, one of them is where I borrowed this from. Uh, the guy's at a store, and it's just, it's all furniture, but he's in the couch section, if you will. And he made up his own little logo. It looks like Art Van Furniture, only it's Sofa King. Crab leg sounds good, Georgianne. I saw a sign on a VFW post the other day. I think it was for tonight. Crab legs, all you can eat, and it was, I don't know, $15 or something like that. I think that's a pretty good deal. All you can eat, crab legs. I haven't had those in a while, probably a couple of years at least. Yeah, oh, excuse me. Today was take Holly to the hairdresser, take Holly to Walmart, which was a joke in and of itself. Oh, some days it's all right. I did have to buy a couple things at Walmart, so I had to do a little bit of shopping. But now I'm going home with no toilet paper because she thought she bought toilet paper for herself. Instead, she bought uh, a roll of paper towels, you know, a jumbo, like with 6 rolls. And then she bought another pack of paper towels. They had like 2 rolls, and she thought that was like 6 rolls of toilet paper. maybe 8 rolls of toilet paper. No, but I needed toilet paper, so I bought the 4 rolls of, you know, $4 or $5, whatever, for Scott. I don't mind Scott; doesn't bother me. Oh my God, I had to leave that with her tonight because she didn't have any toilet paper. But she's crabbing. I can't. I don't like Scott. I'm like, well, what do you use when you're at the gas station? You gotta use the toilet. You think they've got Angel Soft? No, they don't. They have something that feels like sandpaper. That's what Scott feels like to me. Oh, bullshit. You're gonna have to live with it for a day or two. But now I don't. I'm down to hardly any toilet paper at home. But I don't think I have anybody there tonight, so it should be all right. Because Tanya had to go away yesterday to take care of business down in Hastings, and I noticed tonight she's still not back yet. So maybe we can get by without toilet paper till tomorrow sometime. Peaches had to go to Florida to thaw out. Yeah, she probably did. Oh, I get it, Sue. Susan, New Horizon. Sonia, the blue-eyed Cherokee princess, changed her name to Peaches. Who knows? She might get on here tonight. And then when I saw what you wrote, I thought you were talking about her. Like hair in a biscuit. That's a good one, Diane. One ply. Yeah, Nancy. Might as well just use your finger because one ply is not going to work. Oh, I might if you fold it over 7 times and then make sure your fingernails aren't sharp. So, and then I don't know. She had to find something, and then it was wrong, and then she had to go back and find it again, and then every time she goes through checkout, it's an ordeal. Make sure you double bag this. Don't do that. That's too many in the bag. And I still want it double bagged. And make sure you don't smash my tomato. And make sure this and make sure that. And then she rolls the cart forward into me. And then it always ends up costing me money at the end of the whole deal, where everything's supposed to be paid for on her card, her bridge card or whatever. Then, oh, I'm sorry they don't pay for the I always end up having to pay $30 for something or more. Give her leaves of 3. They all have lotion on them. That's a good idea, Kyle. Oh, that would be nice. But it's funny. Oh, no. See what I mean, Carol? We get going. Diane's bitching at Kyle now because yes, he's itching. Just the thought of anything with 3 leaves will get you going, right? I don't know, Georgia, and I bitch a lot. I use the F word. And no, it wasn't frolic, and it wasn't fascinating, and it wasn't fair. It was, yeah, it was, And I've gotten to where I use it right in the store. Come on, I'm getting pissed. But that's Holly, and she'll probably come on here tonight. She said she would, but she forgets. Oh well, I'm not calling her. But she did have a couple of pretty good jokes. She told me. And I was in a hurry to leave her apartment because I had to find a good signal. So I am by the Speedway gas station in Kent City. And I was able to go in and get some coffee because I hadn't had fresh coffee since this morning. Hasn't had time. I did manage to make 2 trips to the scrapyard today. The second one, Holly was with me. I don't know how she can do it, but she was taking a nap in the front seat while I'm at the scrapyard. And there's all kinds of equipment, running and people throwing stuff off their trailers. I mean, there's a lot of noise coming from my truck. I'm throwing metal shelving units into the bin. And yeah, I'm not trying to be quiet. Oh, Georgianne, thank you for asking. Tina texted me yesterday at 4:30, and I hadn't heard from her for like 36 hours. I was getting super worried. But she's at Richards now. So now I've texted her tonight to see how she's doing. But the fact that they let her out of the hospital means she's doing better. I texted her tonight to ask her if she had, choked Richard to death by now, or because I know he's just fawning over her, and she don't want fawning. Like, leave me the fuck alone. What do you do? The hooker that lives north of Utah call herself as? That's a good one, Mobang. See what I mean, Carol? By the way, Mobang, Tim, welcome aboard. That's a good one. Yeah, she may have even released more than a short, Nancy. I did see something on my phone, and it was about the museum trip that I think her and Kevin, budget travel guy, Kevin, her and him hooked up and went to a couple different museums. They went to the Ford Museum, and I think she posted that one already, a few days ago. She might have posted that one even before she had her surgery. And now the one today, which I knew was coming because she told me about it when I visited her last week in the hospital, that she had another one coming out with her and Kevin at a Firehouse Museum, I think it's called. I don't know, can't remember. Yeah, one is at the Firefighters Museum. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm saying yes, sir to Tim. Or I'm reading Georgianne saying hi to Mobang at the same time I'm talking, dumbass. Skydivers in Florida from Qatar that train and do precision jumps. Qatar? Let me ask you this: are they good at paragliding or whatever they call that? It's a little, kind of weird thinking about what's going on in Israel. And now I'm flashing back, 22 years ago when they were saying, yeah, these guys went to flight school. They only wanted to know how to take off, how to steer the plane. Weird. But from what I understand, part of the incursion from Hamas into Israel, they used paragliders to get over the big fence. And then in the meanwhile, it was organized where somebody else had a monstrosity bulldozer and took the fence down so that more invaders could get in to the city or into Israel. I don't know. I don't want to get political or talk about war tonight or anything like that. You left your cigarettes in the car, so it was an emergency. Yeah, that when I used to smoke, that would have been, here I am already ready for the evening. Oh, okay. Let's see. Do I think the neighbors are not outside or looking out their windows? Zoom out to the car. Kind of streak. Wow. That's cool, Diane. Wonder Wonder what stories they might have. Of course, you know, that if there's anything that they have to do with the war or whatever, I don't think they're going to talk about it. Yeah. Mhm. Witches do not part, they cast smell. I got to put that one up. I should have put Mobangs up there too. Idaho. You know, I was going to enter the art prize one time with, that's what they call it. Our Grand Rapids has a, what they call art prize. If it was called Park Prize, I would have won it many times over. But um, my friend Kathy had given me these two potatoes. They were Idaho potatoes, and they were just amazing with the little growths coming out of them. They looked like people, like they could be fat little people, just the way. And I thought, I could put those little googly eyes right here, and then I could make a diorama with these two potatoes and have a little story that maybe played on a tape recorder where you push a button, or maybe just print it out. Short little story about, you know, about Idaho, and then I forget what I was going to call the other potato. I think I was going to call it russet. I'm not sure. Hey, Russ. Lighter ran out of butane. Panic mode, kick in, full blown. Yeah. Uh, Tim, I guess you do smoke. You're very discreet about it. Only been 35 years. Wow, Diane. That will be cool. That will be one neat reunion. Lots of stories, I am sure. Bet you have a few of your own too, Diane. 35 years. Goodness. Funny story. Here we go. Avonese story in Pigeon Forge. This church youth group stopped there. Once the adults figured out it was an adult store, they rushed the kids out. It was funny to watch. Oh my. Oh my. Oh, oh. And that's in Pigeon Forge, which is, my knowledge is Pigeon Forge is a rather conservative community. tonight, tonight when I was coming through Cedar Springs, and Sonia told me she wanted to go to the pot store that was right downtown. I said, "There's no pot store right downtown. There's three, and they're all on the outskirts." Well, guess what? There is a pot store, and it's right downtown. I drove down through the main street tonight because it's finally open. And she's right. There's another pot store. So little town Cedar Springs has 4 dispensaries. Unbelievable. Okay, I missed something. I'm like, why are we leaving? Oh my goodness. I was in a adult store. Oh gosh, it's been a while. Anyways, I was surprised. They they had, they had dildos, and the way they had them displayed on the wall, it looked like a display of screwdrivers from large to small or small to large. It was rather humorous. Round trip coach fare 22. Wow. Wow. And that's just getting there. Now imagine the costs to live there or to stay. You know, I'm sure one of those hotel rooms. Oh my gosh, They sound more than leaves. Yeah. Adam and Eve. That's so funny. You know, Susan, I was and I should have took more pictures. But 4 years ago, when we were all at the first get together at Mayberry, that would have been 2020. I'm looking. Jody, welcome aboard. All that price. I agree. Sofa King. Man, Sofa King expensive. Sofa King expensive. Even the couches are Sofa King expensive. Lost my train of thought. Lost my train of thought. I bet it's first class. First class plus. It's coming to me. It'll come to me eventually. Oh yeah, Susan. Tina's out of the hospital now. She's at Richard's house. Uh, that I found that out yesterday. She has not said anything to me today, although I did send her a text asking her if she'd killed Richard yet, because I'm sure he's fawning over her. She don't like that shit. Get the hell away from me. So fucking mad. Yes, I bet you were, Diane. I mean, when you think about it, why does it have to be that expensive? It doesn't really make any sense. I mean, you could ride Air Force One for less than that. RFDFE. Now, there's a guy that knows. He just got back from the Adam and Eve store. I bet it was pure Eden. It fits so well. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Susan. And let's not stop the prayers. We all need prayers, but Tina especially. She's recovering now, so let's hope she gets it together and her heal. She's probably not here because she knows damn well she'd probably re-break her ribs. Did you buy anything fun? uh, that's going to take her a while. Probably, I'm guessing a couple weeks. I don't see her doing any door dashing in the next couple days. Let's put it that way. But I'm just glad that she's out of the hospital because I know it was driving her crazy. Bags, take them all plus 5 pets. And your support horse. Why can't you have what do they call that? Support animal, emotional support animal. Why couldn't it be a horse? I love horses. Why would you want to go one way though? I'd want to be able to get the hell out back out. I suppose you could rent a Jeep and go across the desert. Yeah, she did post. She's got a video out and maybe a short. So she's been busy. Oh, guess what? A lot of horses out in Montana. Okay. Hey there, let me get you on speaker. Okay, here you go.
Excuse me. Hello, everybody. This is Holly by Golly with your weekly dirty report.
Sofa King report. A Sofa King report.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me start out with, there was these three ladies sitting on a sofa, and they were talking about how they were doing. Then one of them says, "Well, I'm healthy. My eyes are good. My hearing's good. All but my mind is slipping. I'll call a friend up a friend, and when they say hello, it's like I forgot who I called and what it was for." Then the next lady says, "You know, the same with me. You know, I've got good hearing and I can see good, but I get all dressed up, go out to the grocery store, and I'll forget why I went and what I went to get." Then the other one said, "Oh, excuse me, I got backed up, folks. Let me try that again. The first one knocks on wood. Then the second one says, and I'm all good. And she knocks on wood. Then the third one says, well, I'm all good all the way around. You know, I have no problems whatsoever." And she knocks on the wood on the coffee table. Then she says, "Come on." I should say that at the end to get you to understand it. I messed it up.
That's all right. I followed it, but then I knew the joke.
I met a guy that had a medal on, right? And I asked what it was. And he said it was a Medal of Valor. And I asked, "What's that for?" He said, "I saved everyone's lives on the ship." I asked, "How'd you do that?" And he said, "Well, I just shot the cook." Okay, now, since you're on the sofa, you know, like it's Saturday or something, although it's Tuesday, you want to sit on the sofa and watch TV. So I'm going to give you my erotic rotisserie chicken recipe.
Oh, geez.
First, you mix your oil or seasoned oil in a bowl and set it beside you. Then you take the poker rod or the spinner and poke it through the neck and come out the other end. You know the one. Then you tie up the legs to the rod and the arms behind the breasts and tie the breasts to the poker rod. Then you fill your injector with your seasoned oils and poke it into the thighs and the breast. Don't worry, some of the juices will spit out of all of the orifices. Then you place the rod on the rack and turn it on. It will continually turn over by itself. And again, juices will flow out all of the orifices throughout the process. You should probably wear rubber gloves. Enjoy.
Only you, Holly, can make a recipe dirty. We have several new people in here tonight, and a couple that they're not new, but we haven't seen them in a while. Jim Bertrand, he's been gone for a while. He's here. Jody Burkhorse is here. Everybody's been saying hi to you, by the way.
Hi, everybody. Anyway, these 3 moles, and they're sitting on their sofa down in their little holes, and one of them pops out of the hole, and then he comes back in, and he sits back down and says, I smell sugar. And so the second one goes up, and then he comes back and sits back on the sofa and says, I smell syrup. And then the third one goes up, and when he comes back down, he says, all I smell is mole asses.
Yeah, Georgianne, we'll have to have Holly write that recipe down and we'll put it in the cookbook.
I have another one for pork butt next week.
Okay.
Okay. Well, all right. Did you hear about the boy who wanted to buy some rubbers? Well, there's this boy. He goes to the pharmacy, right? He goes in. Lady clerk walks up and says, "May I help you, young man?" He says, "Yeah, I'd like to buy the pocket knife down there." She goes, "All right." He goes out. And he's whittling. He says, "Hey, why did I ask her? Why did I get a knife?" All right. Then he says, "I'm going to ask her by God this time." He walks back into the pharmacy again. Lady clerk walks up again and says, "May I help you, young man?" And he says, "Yeah, I'd like to trade this pocket knife in for some violin strings." She goes, "All right." He goes outside and he goes, "Violin strings? What the heck do I need violin strings for?" "I don't care what she says this time. I'm going to ask her by God." So he goes back into the pharmacy again. Lady clerk walks up again and says, "Yeah, I help you, young man?" And he says, "Yeah, I'd like to trade this pocket or these violin strings in for some rubbers." And she goes, "All right, but I wish you'd make up your mind whether you want a whittle, fiddle, or ditto."
You know, I've heard that so many times, but I still laugh every time. Kyle's got one. What do you call a cheap?
Wait. Okay, go ahead.
What do you call a cheap circumcision? A ripoff.
Ouch. Ouch. I'm not even a male, but ouch. Okay. So, that's funny.
I don't know. I'm going ouch.
You know, my dad's getting a little senile. And in his old age, I went to visit my dad. Oh, and well, sitting there, and all of a sudden, you know, he pulls out his pocket knife, or pulls out of his pocket and pulls his keys out of his pocket and puts them into his ears. I asked him, "What are you trying to do, Dad? Trying to start your ear?" "No." And he said, "No, but it keeps backfiring as he farts."
Jeez. You need to practice on that one. I kind of get it, but that one needs a little work.
Yeah. Well, I had to.
Carol says you're fired up.
Fired up?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that chicken.
Ah.
I bought chicken today too. Yummy, yummy.
Right,
Okay.
I've got
Back in the 50s, this production company come up with a bathing suit made of glass. This guy goes in and into another company to try to sell it. And then the guy he's talking to at the company says, "That's worth looking into."
Oh,
a bathing
geez.
suit made of glass.
I got
A guy goes to the pharmacy and asks the pharmacist if he has an aspirin. And the pharmacist said, yeah, but I haven't taken them yet. I got a headache, folks.
Georgianne has one. Why does Santa have such a huge sack? He only comes once a year.
Oh, that's a good one for Christmas.
And then Tim's got one. Tim's got one. What do you call a pig that does karate? Pork chop.
Oh, speaking of pork chop, hey,
oh my God, Michelle, that is funny.
what do you call? You know how people sweat around their breasts when they're working out and that. You know how a woman does and that. You know, and what do you call it when a woman's sweating is coming out down the middle and around the bottom of her breasts? Pork chops.
I don't
Shaped
get it.
like the bone of a pork chop.
Oh, all right, okay.
What do you call it when the whole breast is all sweaty? Ham slices.
Okay. Georgianne's got one that I don't quite get, but I got to tell you about Michelle, Holly. She could maybe be your pharmacy lady. She's saying, speaking of condoms and personal items, I continuously find groups of early teen boys hanging out in that aisle where I work. I love to catch them and embarrass the heck out of them. That is hilarious.
Well, folks, this is Holly by Golly, and I'm about out of breath. Jack kept me gone too long, and my nebulizers was off timing. So anyway, this is Holly by Golly, gonna sign out. Excuse me. Peace out, everybody.
I'll bring you
I
some.
love you.
I'll bring you some.
I'll talk to you Saturday.
I'll bring you some single ply toilet paper tomorrow.
Oh, I want single ply. Oh, by the way, Jack, if you get me a 12-pack, I have more stuff for you to get too. Another thing of lasagna noodles and a couple other things that I forgot. Oh, I want you to get me a 6-pack of Pepsi Black and waters.
Okay.
I'll tell you tomorrow, babe.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, love you.
All right. Bye. Yep. Love you too. Thanks for the joke.
Bye, everybody. Did everybody like me?
Yes. Absolutely.
Awesome. I'll do that joke again next week with practice.
Okay. Good. Good. I'm surprised she didn't do her traditional belch. Watch. She'll probably call back. Oh, I forgot to sign off. She's getting a little bit better. She just needs to practice. She's reading them, obviously, but she needs to actually practice them a little bit, so that she can read what she writes or remember what you remember when. Yeah, they were behind the counter. I remember that too. I was also very fortunate. Oh, no, ain't going there. Yeah, rough and ready. In Michigan, you could not find them at the gas stations. I was amazed when I went down to Ohio. Every gas station had them in the bathrooms. I think they were 10 cents, or quarter now, or 75 cents, I think they are. Oh my goodness. God damn, that's great. True stories are the best. True stories are really the best. I remember driving down Division in Grand Rapids, and not really knowing, but kind of starting to understand a little bit. The ladies that had the really tiny purses, well, so that's only because they only had to carry condoms in the purse. Ordered lube, yeah. More embarrassing than mint chocolate. Okay, Nancy. Let me write that down. I think they still have those flavored condoms. They might even be edible. I don't know. Deliver with a smile. Boy. Probably going to turn red again. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, Division Avenue News found on Burton and Division. On the second floor, they had massage. You could get a massage there. First floor was an adult bookstore. And yeah, they had the condom display as well. Or not condom, dildo display, and along with other stuff. What the hell? Glow in the dark condoms, Carol. Oh my God. Just in time for Halloween. Halloweeny. Glow in the dark. Oh, whoa. Do you really need to see in there? You know, I have to say, I wouldn't mind experimenting with weird things like whipped cream and ice cream. Why not? Anyways, Jody wants to know. Anyways, Division Avenues, they had the massage parlor, and on the outside of the building says all American girls. Now I was like, what do you mean by that? You know, you want a good massage, from what I understand, the Oriental girls are superb at giving a massage. And I think they probably offered more than just a typical back massage. But I don't know that because I never went. Favored edible undies. Now that seems like that'd be kind of fun. Why not? You know, put a handrail around the bed. Oh, that's a good one, Nancy. Oh my God. Chocolate syrup and a cherry on top. I don't like cherries. Chocolate syrup, I'll definitely go for. Definitely. Well, maybe a little bit of whipped cream. Let's use the whipped cream that's like Cool Whip, not the kind that's in the squirt bottle. That's bad for you. Oh, here's your lube. Chocolate sauce and honey. Why is that? Why do I have to avoid that? What if I call her honey all the time? I could call Nancy honey. Might be appropriate at this point in time, right? Depends on what. Oh my goodness. I missed something that Kyle said, obviously. I gotta scroll up. What does an 80-year-old lady taste like? It depends. Oh God, that is good. It's gross. Oh, and we all thought the answer was going to be chicken. Jeepers. Oh my God. Okay, Carol, do you get the gist of what I was talking about earlier? Because you wanted to see what this is all about. This is what it's all about. We're letting our hair down and we're getting crazy. Yeah, we typically, the good ones are usually sexual uh, toned, like peanut butter. I remember joking about it. Somebody said that they knew some girl that would come home from work, and the first thing she would do was greet her German Shepherd. She would first apply peanut butter to her snatch. Hey, that's what I heard. I heard the big boys talking. We had a gal in town that she had a Plymouth Roadrunner. No, she had the Dodge Coronet that had the Hemi under the hood. You know, old mama's. It was a sleeper. It looked like just a plain old typical, Dodge Coronet 4-door. Then you saw the bumper sticker and it says, "If you can beat me, you can eat me." That car would fly. Well, thank you, Jody. That's what it's all about. We're having fun here. I can. I would have liked to bend the dog. I have nothing against oral sex. I have nothing against any kind of sex at this point in time. you know, I used to be good once. Now once is good. Five different flavors. That's good. Yep. There you go, Diane. Are you a hot rodder? You'd probably slow down on purpose. That's terrible. A win-win. That's right, Mobang. I put that one up, Kyle. Yeah. What was it we used to say? We'd see a real pretty girl, walking down the street or whatever, and we're going the different direction, going somewhere, right? Charlie, he'd always say at first, the things you see when you don't have a gun. I agree. Oh, another Charlieism. This is a true story. We were getting ready to go out one night, bar hopping, and chasing girls. I was 19 at the time. I forget how old he was, a little older than me. But he was up top the stairs, and that's where the bathroom was. And I could see him up there. He was shaving. And then I don't know what he was doing. It was 5 minutes later, and I didn't see him. But I said, "Hey, Charlie, are you coming?" He yells back, "No, I'm just breathing hard." I lost it. It smells right. Good one, Carol. It can be like wine, I suppose, the older he gets. But there is a lot to be said for practice. Okay, so we've all had our families, our children, we're done with that crap. we don't need that inspiration or the the biological urge. But I think reenactments would be good. We should start our own, like they do. They got people reenact the Revolutionary War. People reenact the War of 1812 up at Mackinac Bridge. They got people out in Pennsylvania that reenact the knights and kings and queens, and the ladies all wear dress with boobs that are perked up. They call them boobs on a shelf. Cash, grass, or ass. There it is. That's right. If you have a good hand, you don't need a partner. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Save a horse, ride a cowboy. That's right. I'll be your cowboy. And I'm open, whatever. Elf on a shelf. No, boobs on a shelf, or the medieval, not medieval. Well, yeah, I guess it was medieval. The Dark Ages. Of course, they do say the Dark Ages weren't as dark as people make them out to be. Masturbation is wrong in some people's eyes. Also, it burns. That's excellent. No broke back. I agree. I agree. Thank you, Mobang. Charlie Grace, you're just in time. Do we have any masturbation jokes? Oh my God. We're getting crazy here. But that's what Tuesday night's for. We finally have a place where we can just let loose. And, we're the only point of this particular live stream is to have as much fun as possible. Whereas my other live streams are, win some money, or guess the channel is a chance to win a $5 ticket too. So, but they have a little bit different themes. So here, the theme is anything goes. Just you're the master of your domain. That's a good one. Yeah, anything goes. Just no taking the Lord's name in vain, no women bashing, no racial, no slurring racial type of thing. Other than that, if you scroll up, you'll see a bunch of them. Tim's on a roll. Carol Walters is on a roll. Nancy Drew is always on a roll. Reminded of a date a long time ago. Dear Lord, that man. The chat's going pretty fast. Master of your domain. That's a good one, Charlie. I'm not embarrassed. I mean, yeah, okay, I get a little red face sometimes. I really am simply not embarrassed. I like proving doing it wouldn't make me go blind. Yeah, I know. The technology has made these a lot better. They used to be much thicker. My first pair of glasses were like wearing Coke bottle bottoms. Barely escaped intact. Rosie and Pam. Well, we'll see. Rosie's got 5 fingers, right? Oh my goodness. He's jealous. Oh, I know now what the Pam reference is. Cooking oil. Then there's those old Southern jokes. What definition of a virgin? Girl can outrun her brothers. Rice and your Levi's. Yeah, I believe it. DoorDash. I gotta tell Tina that one. Oh, I gotta use that. I gotta somehow probably have to send it to Linda and have her send it back to me via email or somebody. But I've got maybe I can pull it up. Maybe I can pull it up and get it up here. Should be in my pictures, photos. Oh, not not now. I just want to find the one picture. Yep, there it is. I think I may have showed this before. Um, I may have to turn off the background. You go to settings, virtual background, and none. Okay, that light. Anyways, this is a real cemetery. And I'm sure it's not intended particularly for ladies of the evening that have passed. It just happens to be, I don't know if that Hooker was a family name or the name of a town, which could have been a family name. I would like to go down there and research it sometime to find out a little bit more about why is it called Hooker Cemetery. You know, I'm sure back in the day when that cemetery was established, Hooker didn't mean what it means now. You know, so excuse me. oh, oh my goodness! I can't believe it's already 9:03. Yeah, they do. They do, Susan. You know, the lot lizard thing is kind of faded out. I mean, there's still some, but they don't really have that good of a reputation, if you will, with the truckers. I think. I don't know. Seems to me if you're going to pay for it, it better be clean. Better be worth it. With a bachelor cemetery? Whoa. Maybe you and I'll have to do a collaboration. You film your bachelor cemetery and I'll film the hooker cemetery and see if we can find any similarities or matchups. Yes, it does, Carol. Gobbler's Knob and Intercourse Roads. That's right. That's right, Intercourse Road. And there is an Intercourse in Pennsylvania and a Climax in Pennsylvania. There's a Climax in Michigan, name of a town. There's also a colon, not too far from Climax. Last name, strike me and ask the customer how to pronounce it. Choose me. Yeah. Choose me. Choose me. That's a good one, Nancy. Oh my God, these are hilarious. Oh. Okay, what we should do is save them up for next Tuesday. This is starting to be more and more successful. And, I think, if I come up with like something that gives us today our theme kind of started out with Sofa King. But, maybe next Tuesday we'll do the Hooker Cemetery thing. At least use that as a thumbnail or in a background shot. I just can't get the pictures off my phone to the computer unless I send them via email, not email, but send them via text message to Georgianne or Linda or somebody, and then they turn around and take that picture and send it to me on my email. Then I can take the email shot and I can put it into StreamYard. It's drawn out. But I have tried to directly take my phone and send it to my files on my computer. Will not do it, no matter how hard I've tried. There might be one shortcut possible, but I haven't quite tried it yet. There should be a way where I can send it to myself and then take my email. I don't know. It gets confusing to me anyways. All right. So the next event that we have coming, thank you, Carol, is tomorrow night, Wednesday. It'll be at 6 p.m. Probably be the same location if we can get a parking spot. We definitely have a good signal here. Looks like Timmy messaged me on Facebook. But we do. Oh, there he is. Welcome aboard, Timmy. I just now noticed in the tab that you messaged me. Why do you come in always when I'm going off the air? So tomorrow, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Why do we say it? I'll probably put a thumbnail up in the morning. But that usually runs about 2 hours, Carol. And we'll be doing the word games and the scratch offs. Yeah, it's fun. Come join us, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And whoever else would like to come to the there's a word for it. Bukkake. Anyways, we'll see you tomorrow night. Or why do we say it? All right. Oh, Timmy, you just got home from the doctor's office. It's 9 o'clock at night. Well, I suppose if you had to drive ways. I hope you can play the replay to me because there was some good jokes tonight. Definitely some good jokes. And I bet you could play off a lot of them and come in next Tuesday night and blow us away. Blow. Yeah, okay. Suck, baby, suck. Blow is just an expression. Good night, everybody. I'm embarrassed because I'm telling jokes that people haven't met, and they're girls. Oh my goodness. Anyways, till tomorrow night. Fair winds and smiles. And as always, may God bless. Thank you for being aboard, mateys. 80 miles. Goodness gracious to me.